where you're joking about sending nudes to a minor or making edgy jokes about coming for America. So while the person here might not feel like a victim, it really is completely unacceptable.
Yeah, and I agree with that 100%. And it's also unacceptable for content creators to do it as well. And I know Moist, you're guilty of it. Asmongold's guilty of it. Tectone's guilty of it. I think we're all that are in this space guilty of it. And this needs to be an eye-opening experience for all of us to say, you know what, we need to think before we say things. Even though it's popular, even though it can get us more views or whatever else, we need to think about it. And if you don't, if you choose not to do that and you choose to engage in this kind of behavior, then yes, you should be called out. You should be criticized and you should be highlighted.
That Ava Tyson would be communicating with them like this. It really is, no matter how it's spun. Now, it is important to mention that right now, most of the evidence is screenshots, so I guess there is the chance that some could be faked, but some.
I'm glad this was actually acknowledged. It was something that I was thinking, but I didn't want to bring it up. But the fact that Charlie said it, that's a very good thing to say, just in case. And just as clarification, I don't know if Charlie goes into this, but Ava Kris has been under attack by a large group of people and has had constant harassment and death threats working with Mr. Beast and that organization. So it's a very difficult thing to navigate. But in essence, it's also something that needs to be taken seriously. And I don't want to get ahead of myself, so I'm going to let Charlie do the rest so I can react.
Some of them seem very hard to fake, like there's a video going through a Snapchat conversation with Ava. There's also confirmed things that were publicly tweeted from their account over the years, which I'll get to now. And it was also revealed that Ava Tyson had a history of being a Shadman enthusiast.
I don't know if he cut there for a reason. Maybe something didn't make it through the YouTube video, but I'm sure.
Since all of the tweets have been deleted, it makes it very difficult to find the times that they communicated with Shadman or talked about Shadman and the art. But I did find this from Mudahar's video, who went to the Wayback Machine and showcased this tweet. And Mudahar censored it because the character does not appear to be over the age of 18. For those of you that know that name, that might have just triggered a Winter Soldier moment in your brain with your eyes rolling into the back of your skull, because it is so foul. Shadman was an artist who drew child porn. Now, when you hear that, a lot of people think that you're talking about lolly or lolly hentai type.
Yeah, that could be interpreted that way, right? And that's not considered child porn because currently it's in mainstream Japanese culture.
Shit, which is characters that look like little girls but are actually 5,000-year-old vampires. Like, that's the meme. Fucking sipping from their Mountain Dew going, uncultured swine. You see, it's not actually a real child. This is a victimless crime. This may look like a 4-year-old girl, but you don't understand the lore. She's actually coming from a sophisticated line of goblin ogres, and she is over 400 years old. So it's completely.
Yeah, but without the context, it doesn't do anything except look like a child.
Legal, and you're weird for thinking that it's weird. But with Shadman,
no, I don't think that that is as simple as it is because our CNIs don't lie, and what we see without added context can be very troubling.
And he wasn't drawing lolly, he was drawing real children sexually. So one of the most infamous cases was when he drew Keemstar's 8-year-old daughter in a pornographic setting. That actual fucking lunatic drew porn of an 8-year-old girl. That's not hearsay or anything. That is something that actually happened. And you know what's even crazier? I talked about this on stream. A lot of people supported him publicly. Like, a lot of people defended that. Back when Shadman dropped that revolting dog shit, there was a lot of people that were pumping their fists saying, "Go Shadman! It's Keemstar, who cares? Doesn't matter, he deserves it anyway. Shadman, do you take requests? Can you do this person's underage daughter next?" He received applause for drawing child porn.
Again, we are dealing with a subset. We have 8 billion people in this world, and there are definitely a few of them, probably in positions of power, probably in influential areas, that definitely need to get some therapy and help, and maybe even, be locked up, right? It's bad. It's bad. And this just highlights how bad it's getting, but it's already been bad. Let's be very clear.
Let that shit marinate for a moment. So anyway, Ava Tyson has publicly tweeted about Lolly, and in particular, there are tweets of Ava Tyson talking either to or about Shadman. A lot of the tweets are gone now because the Twitter account has been nuked, but there are archives of a lot of them. And one thing that still persists, and one thing that a lot of people have been showing, is that Ava Tyson may have actually commissioned a piece from Shadman, or at the very least, purchased a piece from Shadman. There's a clip from a Mr. Beast video where there is Shadman art hanging on the wall, belonging to Ava Tyson. I censored.
That's this is pretty elaborate. This goes pretty far back, and that's a lot of evidence. No lie.
The close-up of the art for obvious.
And this is going to then question everybody in that organization, because if you have someone like this who's openly displaying that kind of stuff, then there is other questions that need to be asked as well, I think. And listen, this content creation space is so bad, and you have so many people, just like people in Hollywood, that if you don't know how to handle that, if you don't know how to distance yourself from it, you're going to be always tempted. And if you have any inclination, you're most likely going to give in to that. And that's the problem.
Obvious reasons, but this is something that is irrefutable. The only question about Ava Tyson and Shadman's connection is whether or not a piece was commissioned or purchased. But at the very least, a piece.
I don't think it matters, right? At this rate, we're dealing with something that just provides context and evidence to the fact, that this is most likely an attraction or like a interest, and therefore because of this acknowledgement that the 13, 14-year-old was actually communicated towards from Kris, it does not look good.
Was owned by Ava Tyson. And I don't think there's any wiggle room to just explain this away as some kind of innocent whoops-a-daisy moment.
No, but people do. People will. And content creators do that all the time with their content as well, even though it is very, very toxic and borderline, in my opinion. And if at any time they wanted to act upon it, they could, right? And some of them do. And yet they're defended as well.
Of being ignorant of what the art was. With Ava Tyson having publicly talked about content and art like that, and then also owning a Shadman piece, I don't think it's some kind of coincidence. Like, I don't think it was an accident and they didn't know Shadman drew child porn.
I have no idea who this fucking guy is. Shadman? What the fuck, man? How do people even know these things exist? Like, how is this even a thing?
I really don't. And then yet another disturbing video surfaced where they had actually made a video a long time ago that linked to revenge porn of Jeanette McCurdy.
I've heard about this. I didn't see this.
The story is she sent pictures to her boyfriend, her now ex-boyfriend, and he leaked them out. And but the link's in the description if you want to see them. I mean, I'm not endorsing people to go look at somebody else's private business, but I know that people might want to see them, so it's there if you want it.
That's crazy. That's astonishing. Sharing revenge porn publicly and trying to spin it like, well, some people might want to see this, so for you degenerates, I posted the link in the description. If you want to check that out.
I don't understand this. Like, obviously that's bad, right? Right? But don't act like you're any better, Moist. You're not any better. Very few people in this space are better than that person, regardless. If you're actually doing something, okay, directly or indirectly, which is what content creators do. They do things indirectly all the fucking time, and then they say, "Oh, it was just a joke," or "Oh, it was just in good taste," or "Oh, I didn't, I don't know anything about it. I'm just fucking stupid. I'm a reptile brain."